for service in the United States Army. That's interesting. Number 2. Jupiter has over 70 moons. Did you know that 1 out of every 200 men is a direct descendant of Genghis Khan? Or what about, you don't need to wait 24 hours to file a missing person report? Number 5. In 1919, a wave of molasses rushed through the streets of Boston, killing 21 people and injuring 150. That's so random. On average, the closest planet to Earth is Mercury, and on average, the closest planet to Pluto is also Mercury. Did you know that 1 teaspoon of neutron star material weighs 6 billion tons? Number 8. Did you know that camels store water in their bloodstream and not their hump, which is actually fatty tissue? Number 9. If you could fold a piece of paper in half 42 times, it would reach the moon. Fact number 10. It's illegal for anyone over 5 years old to drink alcohol in the UK. Did you know that the phrase hands down comes from horse racing? It refers to a jockey who's so far ahead that he can afford to drop his hands and loosen the reins, which are usually kept tight to encourage a horse to run, and they would still win easily. In 1961, 2 hydrogen bombs were accidentally dropped over North Carolina. A glitch prevented them from detonating. Shout out to that glitch. Number 13. The smallest park in the world is a circle in a street 2 feet across. Scotland has over 400 words for snow. Here's a fun fact. 90% of the world's population lives in the northern hemisphere. What about broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, collard greens, guylan, kale, kohlrabi, and savoy are all the same species of plant called Brassica oleracea. That was a tongue twister. Number 17. There is a jail for polar bears. That exists. That is real. Number 18. McDonald's once made bubblegum flavored broccoli. More than 80% of the Earth's ocean is unmapped, unobserved, and unexplored. Fact number 20. Kermit Roosevelt, who is Theodore Roosevelt's grandson, overthrew Iran for the U.S. government. 21. Square watermelons are grown in Japan. Did you know that cows have best friends and they get stressed when they are separated? Or did you know that you could fit all the planets between the Earth and the Moon? Or what about whale sharks, which have teeth on their eyeballs? Ancient Romans used to use urine as mouthwash. 26. While Mount Everest is the highest altitude mountain, the tallest mountain on Earth is Mauna Kea. The longest boxing match went 110 rounds and over 7 hours. That is a long time. countries in Delaware as their tax haven, including half of all Fortune 500 companies. There are more trees on Earth than stars in the Milky Way galaxy. The chainsaw was originally created to aid in childbirth. There are only 2 countries in the world that have "the" as part of their country's name. The United States is one of them. If a Lone Star tick bites you, you may become allergic to red meat. Oh, that would be very bad for me. Red, green, yellow, and orange bell peppers are all the same type of pepper, with their color difference being caused by being at different stages of ripeness. During World War II, the U.S. created a bomb that used live bats. A bat bomb, that sounds terrifying. Buffalo, 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 buffalo is a grammatically correct sentence in the English language. Fact number 38. Camels originated in North America. Who knew? If sound could travel through space, the noise that the sun would be the equivalent to a train horn from 1 meter away. Tommy Fitzpatrick stole a small plane in 1956 from New Jersey on a bet and then landed it on the narrow street in front of the bar where he had been drinking in Manhattan. 2 years later, he did it again after someone didn't believe he had done it the first time. Wombat poop is square. 42. A town in Pennsylvania has had an uncontrolled fire burning since 1962. Firefighters sometimes use wetting agents to make water wetter. But is water wet? The Canary Islands were named after dogs, not canaries. 45. The 8th power of a number is a Zensic. That's Zencizicenzicenzic. That's how you spell that. There are some spiders that keep tiny frogs as pets to stop pests that try to eat the spider's eggs. A Georgia teacher who bought a $400 travel insurance policy was rewarded $10,000 because she read the fine print of the contract. You should start reading those instead of just clicking the box then. The U.S. has lost 6 nuclear weapons. 49. Mark Twain was born on the same day that Halley's Comet flew by the Earth. He said, "I came in with Halley's Comet in 1835. It is coming again next year and I expect to go out with it." Halley's Comet appeared on April 21st, 1910, which is the day that Mark Twain died. Now, that's a crazy coincidence. have no major muscles in your fingers. All muscles that control finger movement are in your forearm and palm. There is a part of Yellowstone National Park where a person could theoretically get away with murder due to a loophole. Oxford University is older than the Aztec Empire. 59. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, uses Waffle House restaurants being open or closed as one way to determine the effect of a storm and the likely scale of assistance required for disaster recovery. Shout out Waffle House. 60. If the sun dies, it'll take about 8 minutes before we realize it has. A giraffe and a human have the same number of bones in their neck. It's kind of weird. Did you know that George Washington never knew dinosaurs existed? Most of the visible stars you see in the night sky are binary stars, which are two stars orbiting each other. NASA mistakenly erased the original tape of the first steps on the moon. 65. Smallpox is the only infectious disease that affects humans to have been eradicated. Drinking too much water can be fatal. Did you know that? Military grade is a marketing ploy. In the actual military grade is defined as meeting the bare minimum requirements of durability while also costing the least. So it actually doesn't really mean much. Did you know that when babies are born, they have 300 bones, but an adult only has 206? Speaking of bones, sharks have no bones. Fact number 70. There are only 2 countries in the world that use the color purple in their flag. Did you know that Australia exports sand to Saudi Arabia? That's random. Did you know that because there are more molecules of air in one breath than there are breaths in the atmosphere, every breath you take likely contains at least one molecule of Newton's last breath? That's a mind bender right there. Did you know that Earth used to be purple? It's true. Bubbles are the number 1 cause of damage to ship propellers. 75. A Japanese company gives its non-smoking employees 6 extra vacation days to compensate for smoking breaks. Lemurs use millipedes as an insect repellent and to get high. 77. The circulatory system is more than 60,000 miles long. Did you know that there are parts of Africa in all 4 hemispheres? Or what about the cornea is one of only 2 parts of the human body without blood vessels? The world's first animated feature film was made in Argentina. 81. German chocolate cake was actually invented in Texas. The Philippines consist of 7,641 islands. Did you know that a one-way trip on the Trans-Siberian Railway involves crossing 3,901 bridges? Or did you know that the Golden Girls Mississippi River. Did you know that the first person processed at Ellis Island was a 15-year-old girl from Ireland? Or did you know that Japan has one vending machine for every 40 people? Here's a random fact. Lemons float, but limes sink. Fact. There's only one letter that doesn't appear in any U.S. state name. Can you guess what it is? If you guessed Q, you would be correct. Number 90. A cow-bison hybrid is called a beefalo. You can even buy its meat in 21 states. Here's an interesting fact. Armadillo shells are bulletproof. Imagine how you had to find that one out. The longest English word is 189,819 letters long. Did you know that some octopus species lay 56,000 eggs at a time? Or did you know that cats have fewer toes on their back paws? Here's a random one. Kleenex tissues were originally intended for gas mask when there was a cotton shortage. 96. Blue whales eat 500,000 calories in one mouthful. One mouthful, that's a lot. Wow. 97. You know that tiny little pocket in your jeans? It was designed to store a pocket watch. Number 98. Most Disney characters wear gloves because it helps to keep the animation process more simple. 99. The man with the world's deepest voice can make sounds that humans can't hear. And fact number 100. Thanks to 3D printing, NASA can basically email tools to astronauts that are on the space station. Since I'm feeling extra generous tonight, I will give you one bonus fact, okay? Don't let George Washington hear this one. When dinosaurs were alive, there were actually active volcanoes on the moon. Well, thank you everybody